Welcome to New Career Opportunity. Be part of the clinical operations team and start your career as clinical research associate. Many students have misperceptions that in clinical research work, all researchers are scientists working in labs to develop new medicines. While that is certainly an important part of clinical research, it is far from the only role in the development of new treatments. In fact, one of the fastest growing clinical research careers isn't in the lab at all, but rather in a managerial role, overseeing the overall research study. Without research operations, many studies would fail to even get off the ground. As you consider your clinical research career or your next move, don't rule out an operations role, as it's an exciting and in-demand option. In this video, you will learn clinical trials are a complex process and include many moving parts, from subject recruitment to FDA approval. Clinical operations is a vital part of the clinical trial process in all phases, and ensures that trials run smoothly in accordance with all required protocols. Clinical operations teams are responsible for designing, planning, and executing clinical trial. One of the very important tasks of clinical operations is trial monitoring. Before technology was evolved in clinical trial, CRA used to go to monitor the study to each hospital by verifying tones of paper CRF with source data. Due to evolution of EDC, these visits are now risk-based. As per ICH GCPR2 guidance, the sponsor should develop a systematic, prioritized, risk-based approach to monitoring clinical trials. Centralized monitoring is a remote evaluation of accumulating data performed in a timely manner, supported by appropriately qualified and trained persons. Clinical research associate acts as a liaison between research sponsors and the clinics conducting research. Clinical research associates play a critical role in the healthcare industry in improving public health. A career as a clinical research associate can be rewarding for individuals who are excited by the prospect of a dynamic role overseeing many different kinds of clinical trials. If you work as a clinical research associate, you'll run clinical trials to test drugs for their effectiveness, risks, and benefits, to ensure that they are safe for the intended use. Hello, I am a clinical research associate and I play a very important role in designing, planning, and executing clinical trial. Today I will explain you what job I do. I am part of clinical operations team. I am responsible to ensure compliance to protocol. I am responsible for set up trial sites by checking clinical site activities. I conduct visits and monitor clinical trial sites to verify that ICH GCP guidelines, study protocol, and applicable regulations are being followed. I perform investigational product accountability. I communicate with clinical research coordinator for required data as per study. I review case report form for completeness and missing data. I assure protection of the rights, safety, and well-being of the subject in clinical trial. I ensure that the scientific integrity of the data collected is protected and verified. I assure that adverse events are correctly documented and reported to regulatory authority, sponsor, and ethics committee. Last but no least, I am responsible for study, documentation, and correspondence. I am main mode of communication between sponsors and sites. I create difference to millions of patients by helping them lead healthier, happier lives by working in clinical research. Clinical operations work is multifaceted and required individuals to have knowledge and experience in both research and business. As a fresher, make sure you understand the ICH GCP very well, as this sets a backbone of the work. Also, understanding of clinical research process and phases of clinical development are equally important. Communication is one of the most important skills required For this job, as this role typically require one to liaise with other leaders in the drug development process. Other important skills like team player, problem solving, and organizational skills are very important too, as this skill increase your chance to get selected for the job. As a fresh graduate, you may start working as clinical research associate with start salary of $350,000 per year. Based on your experience, you will earn salary and designation. Do not hurry for change your job frequently for high salary, as this may look good initially.